Hey everybody. Hope you guys are doing alright, man. So I'm feeling much better. Yeah, I don't know, this is why I think that it's possible that, the resistance, the enemy, the people that I'm fighting against, although it's more, when you look at it like that, like when I say when I'm fighting against them, that in itself is going to inherently breed more of a fighting energy, which is going to potentially, like, essentially put myself in more of a vulnerable spot to get caught up in some low vibrational shit and conflict unnecessarily, which which has the potential to put me into a, it just makes me more susceptible to sinning, essentially. So just I brought that up because the words we choose to use, they really do have an effect. Like, they have, each word has its own unique energetic vibrational fucking feeling or essence. um and so, like, the sentences, the type of words you choose to use in each sentence that you use, that all has its own, that whole sentence has its collective feeling, and each word has its own unique feeling. And this is why, like, so, like, the words that we speak all the time is why the English language has been designed to be a specific way on purpose, to keep us from, like, just the nature of the English language itself, like the way it comes out of our mouth, and like the energy that comes from the sounds that come from the English language. They have their own unique frequency or feeling associated with them. That's why each language, when you listen to it without knowing what the words are, each language has a different feeling. Like, when I listen to people speaking Spanish, that has its own very particular, completely unique and specific feeling with Spanish. It's completely different than Dutch or German or Finnish or Russian or Japanese. Like, these all these different languages. I know this is kind of basic shit, but it's like I'm bringing this up because it's a good point that I need to continue to remember myself, is that each, like, the thing with being a drug addict, I'm so used to, I kind of, like, just interrupted myself, but I'm so used to using substances to get, like, to change the feeling, because that's most, like, the majority of the reason why I use is because I'm experiencing an uncomfortable, unwell feeling inside my body, and I don't like it, so I'm seeking something to help aid this disease, this uneasiness I have inside myself. And unfortunately, here in America especially, now not every family is the same, but my family was under the type of family influence that they're very much into prescribing medication for sicknesses and seeking therapy, and following the traditional modern method of medicine, which is really just about dealing with the pain of the problem, and not, whereas that's what they focus on, is dealing with keeping the patient alive and treating the symptoms, rather than getting to the root cause of the problem and actually healing. And if you look into pharmaceuticals and profit, this is why, like, the profiteering capitalistic system we have here, like, there's just too much incentive to keep us sick. Like, they're making too much money off of our sickness for them to want to stop. And so it's like, this, a good government, like, would put an end to that. They would see that we're allowing us to sell poisonous, addictive foods all over the place, and people are continuing to buy them, even though we have continued, like, increased sickness rates on all fields, when it's mental health, physical, spiritual, all different types of cancer. Just everything is just getting worse, especially here in America, in regards to physical sickness and even mental. It's all getting worse. So a good government, like a government that really cared about its populace, would look at the causes of these problems and be like, okay, we've allowed, like, we started this with the idea of letting people just choose, like, as much freedom as possible in a country, which sounds good. Like, the choice, that sounds good. Not to be fucking controlling and tyrannical and dictatorship and like censoring people and all this type of shit. That sounds lovely and good. Except when the nefarious powers, this is why, but the problem is that it is, like, if it's too open, if it's too free, then again, like, the true definition of freedom is allowing people to do anything. So there's no regulations. So that's where openness, being too open, can be bad, because you can be too open to the point where you allow things in that can destroy you, like your enemy in. You could be too nice to somebody that actually wants to kill your ass. It's like the old expression about, oh, bitch, you knew I was a snake. A snake knows, So anyway, I'm jumping off on different tangents here and topics, but I started this off by talking about, voice and sound, and using the words fighting in regards to the enemy, because it's come to me that I think that I go through periods where the enemy, these ones I'm moving, against in resistance to, or I'm a threat to them, they're a threat to me. Da, 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 da. We're doing our little dance. Maybe is the best word, dancing. Here, it's a fucking little dance. It may not be that it's an exchange. That's a better word. It's an exchange. Because a dance is all about fun and you guys consensually like moving together. That's not what's going on here. So it's not a dance. It's more of an exchange. Like they're doing their thing, I'm doing. It's not even really an exchange. It's more of like, I mean, it really is a fight, but I'm not attacking them really. I'm really just on the defensive end. So it is a fight, but just be using that word. Just know to be careful, because that in itself, like when you start thinking like that, it has the potentiality to get you tripped up. So anyways, but why I think that is because I'll go through a couple days where I'm having these crazy fucking feelings, and I think a lot of people experience this too. I'm not the only one. And then it's like something happens to where these feelings just like almost magically go away. So this is why I feel like there's periods where I just got to endure, this shit, and eventually things change and I start to feel better. And like there's even a cycle too. Like I'm starting to see that like after all the chaoticness and the hardcore suicidal thoughts and all these types of things, like usually the next couple of days I'm kind of tired. I just need to like chill and just like really kind of do nothing. And I find I actually like regain a lot of positivity and zest for life and like goodness in just chilling and not doing much. And then I'll get my energy back, and sometimes I get a little down because I'm not doing much. But as soon as I start doing shit, I feel great. That seems to be the cycle. Although I was feeling fucking pretty down earlier, as far as not like spiritually, but just like my energy was low as shit. But now I feel much better. So maybe it's not taking me as long as it used to recuperate. I don't know. But yeah, long story short, I'm feeling much better. And yeah, so I just want to give you all an update. All right, love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.